Okay, guys, I'm adding this one onto the do it with me for differentiation rules because while I was busy doing the full video, I messed this one up so badly I couldn't fix it in post. I made a calculation error. I made a small mistake and it messed up the whole question, and I didn't even notice that I made the mistake. So usually I try to leave my mistakes in so that you guys can see it's not just you who make small and silly mistakes, but that one was unfixable. Anyway, here we go. So, I want to show you the notation for when they say y equals blah, blah, blah. And we have a little bit of extra practice with a square root and extra practice with stuff below the line. First, we have to flatten this, like one of my students used to call it, 2x plus but I'm going to take care of the square root first. So square root of 4 is 2, and that x would be to the power of a half. Then the 2 remains where it is, but the x is the thing that needs to go back up. So we have 1 over 2, and I could write this x to the negative a half, but that's kind of confusing for my brain. So I want you to remember that if you have something like 3x to the squared over 7, this is the same as 3 over 7 x squared. So whether we write the x up there with the 3 or next to it, it's the same. And why is it the same? Because technically this thing equals, it's the same as 3 over 7 times x squared over 1. And that's just, we multiply the top and we multiply the bottom, and that's just 3x squared over 7 again. All right, this way of writing it is easier for graphs and easier for differentiation. So I'm just going to write it like that. Y equals 2x plus a half times x to the negative a half. Now I can differentiate. The notation for when they give you the equation as y equals something is dy dx. The derivative of y with respect to x. So that would be equal to 1 times 2 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0, so we just don't write it anymore. Over here, I have negative a half times positive a half is negative a quarter. And over here, I have to minus 1 again, and that gives me x to negative 3 over 2. And you can do that on your calculator. Okay, now you can leave this as your answer. If you want to flex a little bit, we can say, okay, dy dx 2 minus 1 over 4 x to the 3 over 2, and we can do dy over dx 2 minus 1 over 4 x to the 3, and remember the half was actually a square root. I hope it worked for you. Man, I hope I recorded. I did.